afternoon, and it's all about the Nairobi Baseball Community Championship Festival that will be going down on the 31st of May. And in studio with me is Tom Wallace, who's the co-founder of If We Build It, as well as Jennifer Pasquale, who plays for Nairobi Buffaloes, as well as the South Sudan national team. We also have Dennis Katumo from Nairobi Wreckers, who also plays for the Kenya national team. Good to have you in studio. Of course, Wallace, good to have you for a second time. Pascal for the first time, and of course, Deno for the first time. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. Tell us about Wreckers, Nairobi Wreckers. What's Nairobi Wreckers?
Nairobi Wreckers is a club that was built from players that were basically university students that cleared.
Yes.
So they formed up a club so that they may compete in baseball. And most of the players there are like eager, happy to always show up at the Nairobi baseball field community. And it's composed of around 20 players that are registered, and they usually show up for every competition. And as of right now, we are on the verge of the game, like we said, on the 31st and around 31st. We need at least to have the wins for the game, so that we have not won the championship for quite a while.
Yes.
So we think that we need now to come back again. So the teams are playing.
This is your year.
Yeah, this is our thing now. This is a good year, yeah.
Pascal, tell us about the Nairobi Buffaloes.
Nairobi Buffaloes is a team of baseball players that consist of many other players, including me. Not only the South Sudanese players, but also Kenyan players. So I'm one of the members. I joined them last year, and I happened to get to experience a lot with them. So it's a great team that has a lot to share with their members. So yeah.
Yes, well, it's good to have you here for a second time. The Nairobi Baseball Community Championship. This will be the third edition. Tell us about the growth of this festival from the first time you had it, and now we are having the third edition that will be going down in 2 weeks' time. How has the growth been?
That's great. Thanks, Robinson, for having us. Yeah, look, baseball in Nairobi in Kenya, whether it's called a festival or not, every time we step on the field, we're having fun, and it's like having a party. So I actually was one of the founding members of the Nairobi Buffaloes, still a member of the team. And this really says a lot about where we started with baseball as a community and turning it into more formal play. You know, about 7 years ago, we started playing, and we were playing just the Japanese as a group of Americans. And then we started playing teams like the Wreckers and players all over the region and all over the country. Now we have a formal series over a 6-month period. We have 10 teams coming from as far as Mombasa to Nyeri to Nairobi. So it's a 10-team league. And actually, the Buffaloes, we were in the final last year. The competition is so good, we didn't even qualify for the playoffs this year. So actually, Jennifer and I are going to be sitting in the stands, get to be part of the festival and the party. And one thing I just want to say about the Wreckers, most of the team, former national team players, the best team really to ever grace the field historically in Kenya. They haven't won the chip yet. They've lost a couple tough games in the last 2 years, and they're going to be fighting their way to get back to the finals on the 31st, which will have lots of people out there, over 1,000 people coming. Plus we'll have the 12 and under Nairobi Little League out there for just an incredible day of baseball in Kenya.
Yes, Wallace, of course you are the co-founder of If We Build It, and it's all about, trying to build more baseball fields in the country. How has it been for you?
Well, it's been incredible. We did not bring baseball to Kenya as Americans living in Kenya or expats living in Kenya. Baseball has always been here. Softball has been here. There's been a lot of people, young people, who have been playing the sport, really striving to do great things. And when we started playing, we realized, when people ask us, how does baseball grow? Is it skills? Is it putting things into the curriculum? All of those things are important, but it doesn't really matter if you don't have a space to play and if you can't play on the field. If somebody wants to be an Olympic swimmer, swimming in a lake or a pond is great, but until you build an Olympic-sized swimming pool, you're not really ready to compete in the Olympics. So we say the same thing for baseball. Baseball is growing leaps and bounds now. We have 2 fields out at JQuat, our partners who have put forward the land for this project. We have 2 fields going. We have games throughout the year now. And it's really an incredible amount of growth across the country because we have space to just play.
Yes, Pascal, what got you into baseball?
I would say I started baseball actually when I was 13 years, in 2019. It was introduced to us back home in South Sudan by a Japanese person called Shinya Tamunari. By that time, he used to work with the JICA, but he happened to bring the game to us. So I was invited by my cousin to come and watch the game. But while watching, I also picked an interest, and I've seen how they play. And throughout the time that I've been going to watch and to also participate, I happened to learn a lot of things like discipline and to gain confidence, to also have that spirit of competition. So I'd say baseball has a lot. That
Deno,
Yes, yes.
what got you into baseball?
Actually,
And how long have you been in baseball?
since 2014.
Well, almost close to more than 10 years.
Yeah, more than 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, while we got to campus, the same story, I shared the same story with Jennifer. My cousin was a catcher. There's a position called catcher.
Yes.
So she was like, hey, why don't you just come and try this sport? I'm like, yeah. I went there, got the ball. I was like one of the best rookies when I started playing the sport. And ever since, anytime I hear about baseball, trust me, I'm always there. I'm always moving to go play the sport.
So are you a catcher or a pitcher?
I'm actually a third baseman and a center fielder. Yeah, those are different positions. But yeah, we can say most of the times based on how we learn the sport, most of the players are utility players. You find that someone has like 3 positions or 4 positions that they can play. Yeah.
Interesting. Wallace, you came with this ball here, and you say that it has a signature of a very important person. Please, if you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, so actually it has a couple signatures on it. But when you're a kid and you're following baseball, getting a ball signed is one of the most important things. When you go to a game, it's almost like proof you met greatness.
Yes.
And this is proof of our first former Major League player who visited the field in February, a guy named Jeremy Guthrie. So Jeremy Guthrie played for over a decade in Major League Baseball. He's actually around my age, mid-40s, and he ended up being a World Series champion for a team called the Kansas City Royals. But what's incredible about Jeremy is he travels all around the world visiting baseball communities. And he was hanging out in Dubai and heard about what was happening in Nairobi and in Uganda, and he got on a plane and visited us for 3 days, and he actually helped us kick off the Nairobi Little League this year. So throughout the first pitch, and spent time with young people in the communities where baseball is thriving in Kibigari. And so this is a really special moment for us because he visited and took the story home back to Major League Baseball about the incredible young people that are really the driving force behind this community.
And tell us about the league that you have, because I understand that initially it used to run for the whole year, but now you've shortened it.
Yeah, so the series is really focused on just getting play happening. So one really important thing is for the 18 and over series, we have 10 teams, as I mentioned. And in the past, we've been running all the way to September because we could only really play games on one field. And so we couldn't get a lot of games happening. So we had to play it over a period of time. This year, we wanted to make it really compact and tight so that we don't have to be running baseball all year round. We give guys a break. So we run from January now through May 31st. So we're celebrating the day before Madaraka Day. It'll be an incredible day to celebrate the Madaraka spirit out there on the baseball field out at JQuat in Juja. We'll be having all teams playing. We'll actually be about 6 teams playing in the playoffs out for Saturday and Sunday, 30th and 31st, and then we'll have the 12 and under championship series, which also includes Nairobi Little League, which has 7 teams. And that's teams from Kibera, Ongata Rangai, Kibigari, Kangemi. We have teams from Juja. So we have teams from all over the city, 17 teams total that will be participating in the Nairobi Baseball Community Festival.
Pascal, how different is it playing baseball in Kenya as compared to playing baseball in South Sudan?
I would say one thing about baseball is that there is a lot of chance for you to come across different cultures. And I would say here in Nairobi, I happen to meet like different cultures, such as like the American way of playing, the Kenyan's way of playing, and also the Japanese way of playing. In South Sudan, I would say we only like, we were taught only with one way, which is the Japanese way. But it's still the same thing, but the only difference is that in South Sudan, it's only us, the players. We only have like 4 teams, only us, the high schoolers and the others. But here, I happen to meet like university players, people who played in outside the country. So it is different.
Deno,
Yes.
how is it playing for the national team, the national baseball team?
First thing is very challenging. Like we said, you've had the 17 teams already, meaning even for the coaches, it's so much work, and also for the player to stand out, to form a full team, and also to connect as a full team. So it's a good thing to play for a national team, but it also needs the effort and the agility for you to show up and also get to train. It's like you show up for practice, you're doing your best. You're not coming to play just because it's a national team. You've been selected among several players that are also good at the sport. Yeah, so it's a good, whenever you get that chance, it's like a golden chance. It's a
Where
good thing.
are we in terms of standards?
Right now, in baseball, we've not really been ranked well, but we've not had like an international competition yet based on the World Baseball
Rankings.
rankings, yes.
Yes, Wallace, of course, before we wind up the interview, what's the difference between baseball and baseball 5?
Yeah, so it's a really important distinction. And before I get to that, I just want to say what's been incredible about our focus as if we build it. We say tunajenga, tunacheza. We're really focused on this community spirit of building fields so that teams and kids can play more. The more teams play, the better teams get and the more opportunity there is. So the Kenya national team has struggled against Uganda because Uganda started building baseball fields in 2004, and they've had about a decade head start on just on the field infrastructure side of things. Now, Kenya has caught up to Uganda in what's called Baseball 5. So Baseball 5 is a smaller version of the game. It's a 5-a-side game, very similar to 5-a-side for football, where you have a smaller pitch, it's in a smaller area, and guys are playing with their hands. They have a ball, and they don't need bats and gloves. You don't need 3 acres, which is what you need for a baseball field. And Kenya is now ranked 10th in the world on the senior side for Baseball 5. They've gone to 2 World Cups. The youth teams are playing incredible. And for the Kenyan audience watching, most importantly, they've been able to beat and really hold the position over Uganda and play as good, if not better than Uganda on a regular basis.
Pascal, as we wrap up this, what should we expect on the 31st?
Should expect a lot of fun, and there's a lot of entertainment, competition, pressure, all of that.
Deno, what should we expect on the 31st?
I think because I'll be playing, that means that you'll be really focusing on the sport, the
I
game.
thought you'd tell us you are winning this.
Yes, Thomas said that. So yeah, we're already there. We need like 3 straight games to win. So we like need to be focused. And yeah, we're going to win. We've really stayed for so long without the trophy.
Thomas, what should we expect on the 31st?
Well, actually, just the whole weekend is going to be pretty amazing for the entire set of play, where it's probably going to be the most high-level baseball for Nairobi in one weekend. So there'll be nearly a dozen games being played, or at least like 5-6 games leading into the playoff and championship game over the weekend. So there's going to be a ton of activity on both of our fields. On the 30th and the 31st, it's just going to be incredible. We've got hot dogs and what you'd find at a baseball field. It's a free admission game this year. The last 2 years, we've done ticket admission for 100 shillings. This year, we're saying, hey, just come, donate, be part of the community, donate something at the gate. You can give 100 shillings, you could give more, but you can come and watch the game for free. There's ice cream and there's ice pops and lots of
Basically
great fun.
anything that you can get at a baseball.
At a baseball game. And
Yes.
you get to just be outside. Juja is beautiful this time of year. The field and the complex, really, it's a place where dreams come true for these guys to be able to play. And just come be part of the fun. There's going to be a lot of activity, and you get to really watch history unfold from a sports perspective. And really, it's community-driven and community-based.
Thank you very much, Tom Wallace, who's the co-founder of If You Build It, as well as Jennifer Pascal from Nairobi Buffaloes, and Dennis Katubo from Nairobi Wreckers, who also plays for the national team. Jennifer also plays for the South Sudan national team. So we'll be looking forward to the 31st and see what happens on ground. So we take a short break. When we come back, we'll be speaking about athletics development. I'll be speaking to Barnaba Korir, and also we'll be crossing over to the Nyayo Gymnasium, where the Amputee Football Federation is having their elections. That will be in a bit.
Ready to showcase your football talent? The wait is over. Safaricom Chapa Demba